Hello viewers, welcome to my channel IIT Olympiads and AP Physics with Ambarish. And today I have chosen surface tension question. It's a fairly tough challenge, and it's about finding the equation of meniscus. I've taken it from a book on contact mechanics by Popov, adapted from there. Slight changes I've made, but mostly it's the same question. So what's the question? A long cylindrical needle of mass m, length L and radius R barely floats or just prevented from sinking on the surface of water. So this is an important detail that I've put, like it's completely inside water, like it almost just, it's only the little bit, just this part is little bit, you can say, visible, or just about to be invisible, and the surface is going like this. So you can assume that almost entire thing is surrounded by water, almost, okay, just except barring just a single point at the top. Okay, so a long cylinder of needle of mass m, length L and radius R barely floats, just prevented from sinking on surface of water, assuming the angle of contact to be small. So the value is not given, but we can assume that angle of contact is small. Okay, we have to find the equation of the cross section of water surface. So like here you can see there is water and there's a needle floating on top of water, and therefore there will be some depression. So this is the cross sectional view. You can see that this is the cross section of the needle, and then water will get depressed around the needle. Okay, so we have to find the equation of this curve. Okay, and what is given, that the angle of contact is small, so you can take it much smaller than 1, you can assume. Okay, I mean in terms of radians, of course, much less than 1 radian. Okay, given the surface tension of water is T and the density of water is rho. So if you want, you can try this out for some time, and you will be needing a differential solution to a differential equation. So the mathematical part I've given you. So whenever we have a differential equation of the form d square x by dt square is equal to omega square x, the solution to this equation is given as x is equal to a e to the power omega t plus b e to the power minus omega t. So you can use this directly if you get a differential equation of this form somewhere. Okay, and probably this is also a hint to how to approach this problem, but I'll not say anything more right now. So if you want, you can pause the video and try out this question for some time. Okay, here a, b and omega are supposed to be constants in this equation. Okay, and now I'll get into my analysis of the problem. Okay, so here let's say phi be the some angle of contact. See, at the top, when it is almost completely submerged, you know that the solid liquid line is just going to be horizontal tangent almost. Okay, because this is the solid, and the solid liquid line must be horizontal tangent. Okay, and then what about the liquid gas line? So this is the liquid gas line and this is the solid liquid line. So this is the angle of contact, right? Okay, and this angle of contact is given to be small. Let's say this is phi. I'll not be using phi, just have denoted phi here. Okay, and now let us say I consider some point x comma y on the surface of this thing. Okay, so this is the meniscus cross section, and x comma y is some point over here. Y axis I have chosen downward and x axis is horizontal as given in the problem itself. Okay, so now radius of curvature of any curve is what? So radius of curvature is r is equal to 1 plus y dash square to the power 3 by 2 upon y double dash. So this is a standard equation for any curve. We can find the radius of curvature using this equation. However, the angle of contact is very small. That means this angle is very small, and that means what? The slope of this curve is very small. If the slope of this curve is small, and further it is going to be even smaller, at infinity the slope is going to be 0, right? So that means what? I can put y dash as a 0, approximately 0, and the things get simplified a little bit. So I can write radius of curvature as simply 1 upon y double dash. Okay, and we also know that from Young and Laplace equation that excess pressure, whenever there is a concave side and there is a convex side, the concave side is at higher pressure by how much? By T by R1 plus T by R2, where T is the surface tension and R1 and R2 are radii of curvature in two mutually perpendicular directions. So this is R1 and this is R2, let us say. Then the excess pressure on the concave side is T by R1 plus T by R2 by Young-Laplace equation. Okay, now in our case, you know that there's cylindrical needle going backwards. So if I draw a 3D image like this, then the surface of water is like this. Okay, surface of water will be looking like this. So this radius of curvature is infinity. Okay, so let me call this as R2. So this R2 is infinity, and there is some radius of curvature in this direction. Let us say that is R. So excess pressure is simply T by R. Okay, so that's what I've written. In our case, due to needle being a long cylinder, we can say that R1 is infinity and R2 is R, or other way around if you want. R2 is infinity and R1 is R also, you can say. So also, since the depth of this point from the free surface is y, the excess pressure here must also be equal to rho gy. Now try to understand this, what I am saying. So when we are at infinity, the pressure at depth y is simply rho gy, right? At infinity, the pressure at y depth is simply excess pressure is rho gy. Why? Because at infinity the radius of curvature is infinity, so there is no excess pressure as you cross the water surface. Okay, so at y depth the pressure must be rho gy, and at the same horizontal level the pressure must be same. So if the pressure over here is at this point, suppose the pressure is rho gy, then at this horizontal level here also the pressure must be, excess pressure must be rho gy. So I have expressed excess pressure in two ways. One is using Young-Laplace equation, and other using the standard equation in hydrostatics, that is pressure at depth y is rho gy. Okay, so that's what I've written. Okay, so that's what I've written. So since the depth of this point from free surface is y, the excess pressure here must also be equal to rho gy. So what do we get? Delta P is T by R, which is also 1 by R. We showed that it is 1 by y double dash. So Ty double dash is equal to rho gy. Okay, and if I rearrange this equation, I can write this as y double dash is equal to rho g by T times y. Now this differential equation is exactly of the same form. I had provided solution to this. This differential equation is of this form: d square x by dt square is equal to omega square x. Instead of x I am having a y, and instead of t I am having an x. So my solution will be y is equal to a e to the power omega x plus b e to the power minus omega x, right? So that's what I've used now. So this is the differential equation, right? And compare it with y double dash is equal to omega square y, where omega is root rho g by t, so square root of this, right? So the solution is a e to the power minus omega x plus b e to the power omega x, where a and b are arbitrary constant. However, I also know that at x equal to infinity, y is 0. Why? See, I have taken the origin at the level of infinity, right? So this is the level of infinity, and at infinity therefore y is 0. Okay, and if y is 0, that means what? The term b e to the power omega x, if b is not 0, then this term will blow up, so this y will not be 0 in that case. So when x is infinity, this whole thing is 0, therefore the exponentially exploding term must be 0, right? So this goes to 0. Okay, and that means b is 0. So the equation of the meniscus is simply y is equal to a e to the power minus omega x, but still I have an unknown constant a, which I need to evaluate using the conditions of the problem. Okay, so now we need to evaluate the arbitrary constant a, and we shall consider the FBD of the needle plus surface layer. Now listen to my argument very carefully. I am making a very intelligent FBD here. So what am I considering? I am considering very thin layer of the fluid, and then my FBD surface is going like this, and then I have taken like this. So I hope you understood the FBD. So this is a very thin layer of water I have considered, plus the weight of the needle, and plus here also very thin layer of water. So this whole thing has got what weight? So thin layer of water has negligible weight, so whatever is the weight of the needle, right? So few molecules thick layer. I wanted to avoid complications of surface tension here, so just I have considered the FBD where I don't have to consider the role of FBD, role of surface tension in the vertical force balance, right? So this is what I have considered for drawing the FBD: a thin layer of water, and plus this is going below the needle, so this is the part of FBD, right? And so how much water does this displace? Imagine an object of this shape, and plus the air included in this. So this much part of this object is submerged in the rest of the water. I can imagine very well like that. Looks a little tricky and abstract, but that's how we can always imagine an object of this shape floating in rest of the water. We can always assume like that, right? So I have also considered this air part. Okay, I hope you got this. So my FBD includes this air and this needle and rest of the water, and this whole thing must be, the weight of this whole thing must be equal to the mg of the water displaced, right? So now I need to find this. So that's what I'm going to do now. So weight of the needle must be balanced by the weight of the displaced liquid. You see the shaded region. Okay, plus the volume of the needle, so this volume. Okay, now let us find the displaced volume by integration. So now I have the equation of curve with one arbitrary constant, so you can consider at x distance, you can consider a strip of thickness dx. So that's what I've done at general x. So this is some distance x and this is strip of some thickness dx, and its vertical height is y and the inward depth is L. Okay, so let's find out the volume. So this becomes dv is y dx into L. Okay, so y into dx is this area and then depth is L. So this is the small amount of volume of this strip considered, right? So dv is simply what? Now y is a e to the power minus omega x. Okay, so dv is L comes as it is, and y is a e to the power minus omega x, and then dx comes as it is. Okay, and now you need to integrate this from 0 to infinity. So here x is 0 and there x is infinity. Okay, and you have similar amount here also, because here also by symmetry, left and right symmetry, therefore you have to have a multiplying factor of 2 here. Okay, and if you integrate this, is a pretty simple integration. E to the power minus omega x integral will be e to the power minus x divided omega x divided by minus omega, and at infinity that will go to 0, and at 0 it will go to 1. So if you calculate, this comes out to be 2 La by omega. Okay, and now we also need to consider the volume displaced by the needle. So this volume is also being displaced by getting displaced, not just the shaded region but also this volume is getting displaced, because needle is also occupying the space inside the water. So what is the total displaced volume of water? That is 2 La by omega and plus the volume of the needle, that is pi r square L. So small r was given as the radius of the needle, so pi r square L is the volume of the needle. Okay, so 2 La by omega plus pi r square L, this is the volume displaced, and rho of water into g, that becomes the weight of the water displaced, and this should be equal to the mg of the needle. Why? Because the layer has got negligible weight, and this air also, if you consider, that's negligible weight as compared to the weight of the needle. And now using this we can directly solve for A. We can just rearrange the terms. If you solve, this is what you get for A. So this is what we get for A. Okay, and once you have A, once you have omega, then we already have the solution, right? So where is the solution? Y is a e to the power minus omega x. All we needed to do is just substitute for the value of a and omega. Okay, so now we have it. So I'll just write the final answer. So thus we have the final equation of the meniscus, and I don't want to create a mess, so because a itself is looking a bit messy, so I'll leave a as it is, and omega is root rho g by t. So I've written, thus we have our final equation of meniscus as y is equal to a e to the power minus omega x, where a is this and omega is this. Okay, so I hope you liked this problem on surface tension, and this was a bit different from the most of the problems that you see generally. And if you like this problem, please do give it a thumbs up, and please share this video as much as possible in various Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups or Discord servers that you might be part of, where there are students who might find this video to be useful and learn something for their JEE Advanced or Olympiads. Okay, and thank you very much for watching this video, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and please do keep coming back to my channel. God bless you. See you in the next video.